Every single Minecraft world starts out the same iconic way. And if you think about it, wood is one of, if not the most important blocks in Minecraft. Just think about what Minecraft would be without it. Yeah, you won't get far without a crafting table. So after over 9,000 days in our survival world, we are stepping up our wood game so we never have to chop a tree down again. So as with all farms, the first obstacle to overcome is picking a location. Luckily, in our last episode, we built the Iron Islands in anticipation of creating some additional farms on top. So this is going to make the perfect spot for our new tree farms. Now, I spent literal days researching different tree farms, from extremely simple and somewhat manual tree farms to completely over-the-top efficient farms. We wanted a farm that could produce the 5 single trunk woods, aka everything except dark oak. Now, as we discussed earlier about how important wood was, it only made sense to build the most over-top tree farm we could find. So we went with Scorpio's Universal Tree Farm. Now, there's only one minor problem with this farm. It needs a shit ton of obsidian, observers, and other redstone contraptions. Oh, collecting this obsidian sucks.
I don't know.
I bet it's like 3 seconds per obsidian. So if you have like 3 seconds, then you have to collect like 600, 1800 seconds. What is that? 1800 seconds is 30 minutes.
Well, I'm getting the other stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
No waste of time.
No, we're being very, very efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looks like everything. Very good job.
Thanks.
Looks like we're ready to go start building. Okay, this has got to be one of the most confusing and complex farms I've ever built. Why is there 60 droppers and 100 different redstone circuits here? So I'm using Lightmatica to build this farm, but the fun thing is for Lightmatica on servers, it doesn't place the blocks in the proper orientation. So I need to go through and understand every single redstone circuit to get this farm working. All of the orange you're seeing means that I have the right blocks in the wrong state, and most of this means these redstone circuits are powered when they shouldn't be. So it's time to really understand this farm and trace every single one of these redstone circuits.
One eternity later.
Okay, after about 15 hours over 3 days, I think we're finally ready to test this farm out. So I got some bone meal on the farm. Now I should be able to just select the wood type I want. I'm gonna test spruce to start. And then I can turn the farm on, and let's go try planting some trees here and see what happens. Awesome, this looks like it's working exactly how it should. Well, I spoke too soon. As I was testing all the different wood types, I somehow broke the leaf crushers, so now all the leaves aren't getting crushed, and when I did the acacia wood, the TNT duper blew up. So now I gotta go back and try and fix everything and see what I did wrong. Okay, many hours later, let's test this again. Okay, this is promising. Nothing's blown up yet. Let's see if this acacia side works. What the? Well, after I would say 20 hours, I actually don't even know. I spent so long building this farm and troubleshooting it. I think we finally have it working. So with that being said, let's move on to building this second farm. For this next farm, we went a slightly different route. We didn't need something insanely fast, but we wanted something that didn't require a player. This brought us to Cremulus's Nether tree farm, which allows us to use the insane tree farm that we just built at the same time this Nether tree farm is running, so we can get as much wood at the same time as possible. That farm was infinitely easier to build. Now the only problem is these farms are thirsty. When it comes to bone meal, the conventional wood farm uses over 30 shulker boxes an hour. Yes, you heard that right. 30 shulker boxes of bone meal, which equates to 52,000 bone meal an hour. And then the Nether tree farm uses a modest 2,000 an hour for a total of 54,000 bone meal an hour. Thankfully, we have a farm that produces a ton of bones. Yes, it's our wither skeleton farm. It produces over 6,000 bones or 18,000 bone meal an hour, which is perfect. What is even cooler is I can go 100% AFK and the skeletons just die from entity cramming. This does reduce the rates, but I can leave this farm running while Sid and I go watch movies. Okay, there should be enough bone meal to better test the farms. Thankfully, we don't need to run these farms for very long with the insane rates that we get. The conventional tree farm produces up to 54,000 logs an hour, which produces a new problem of its own. This brings us to the item collection and sorting. Now, a single hopper can process 7,000 items an hour. So in order to get most of the items that are being produced, I'm going to build 6 times hopper speed shulker box loaders and set up item sorting for every single item that these farms produce. I love how this item sorting came together, and it works amazing. Now it's time for my favorite part of the video, covering up these farms with an epic build. I'm just going to quickly gather some more materials, so let's get to it. Oh shit. Well, I'll be sure to not do that again. Sheesh. Now this build is used to cover up tree farms that produce almost every type of wood. So when I was designing this pagoda, I wanted to incorporate as many of the different wood types that I could, so that the build itself represents the farms that sit within. This is what we like to do with all of our other builds as well. So I decided to use all the different wood types to create a gradient that I then incorporated into the roof and structural designs of the build, working from the lightest color, birch, all the way to the warped stem at the very top. I drew inspiration from our other Japanese builds with an arched entranceway, and I used a ton of different roof layers to make sure I could highlight each wood type. Finally, to bring it all together, I wanted to add a bone style dragon to bring the element of bone meal to the structure, and we just love how this turned out. It also looks amazing at nighttime. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're curious about some of the other beautiful structures you've seen in this video, be sure to check out our previous video here.